Hope you guys are good. Hope you are having a fantastic day or no matter where you are. Okay, so I was debating on whether or not I was going to do this and talk about this. Just because I'm not one, I don't like to get involved in things that aren't about, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't like to accuse people of things. I'm not a fan of that at all. However, after careful thought, I did want to kind of address this, but I'm not addressing this from a judgmental point of view. I'm not addressing this from a, I'm calling you out type of thing. I'm addressing this as the child of an addict because I know what it's like. Now, I watched, and I don't watch many people on YouTube. Like, somebody had sent me this, and they were like, you gotta watch this. Like, this is so concerning. So, I watched it. No, I don't watch this person on a regular basis. I don't watch the person they were talking about at all. However, like I said, after careful consideration and thought, I thought, this is something that I want to address because I'm sure it affects a lot of people. Okay? So, again, before I start, this is not coming from a place of judgment. This is coming from a place of concern because I was the child of an addict and I know what it does to kids. I know what it can do. Okay? So, somebody had said to me, listen, you got to check out this Perplexed video. Perplexed TC was the name of the channel, and I believe the video that I saw that they were playing was no, my mother was. The video was from somebody else that she was going over. Okay, so it was sad. So she was going over a video that BJ had did. And I don't know if the video was cropped and put like that, if it was like a compilation of just her like dozing off or falling asleep or like doing these weird things on, I don't know if it was all in one video, you know what I'm saying? Or if it was all put together to be that way. However, you don't have to worry about that with me. Like I said, I had a mother that did that. I was the child of an addict. And that's why I felt that I wanted to make this video, this live, because it affects so many people, and the people that are on drugs, of course, they don't think about it, they don't realize it. Now, again, let me be clear. I'm not stating that she is on drugs, that BJ is on drugs. I'm not stating that because I don't know. I don't live with her. I do not know. She might not be, but the behavior that she has shown on lives that people have seen, that people are, like, wow, this is crazy, is that of an addict. Okay? Sorry, make sure I could see. Sorry it's so loud. Highways right here. Hello, everybody. Okay. So, here's what I want to say about this. Is that thank you. Is that you cannot, if somebody is on drugs and somebody is an addict, you cannot get through to them whether you are their child, whether you are their parent, whether you are hundreds of thousands of people on the internet trying to do so. It will not work. You cannot reach an addict until an addict is ready to be reached. You cannot change an addict until that person has decided, I'm done. I need to change my life. It can't be done. Trust me. I know. I have 6 sisters and 2 brothers, and I wasn't raised with any of them because of my mother's life decisions, because of her lifestyle. So, anyway, all these people, I'm just saying that the constant attacks and the dragging it out isn't going to change her. If she is using, it's not going to help. It's not going to change her. So people that are like, oh, I'm doing this to try to help, it's not going to help. Okay? It's just not going to. Because like I said, you can't help an addict until an addict is ready to be helped. And that's just the fact. Trust me, I learned it the hard way. The next thing is that from what I saw and heard, like, she's not even, and I'll link the video that I'm talking about. I will link the video in the description below when I'm done. So that way you guys know what I'm talking about, because otherwise you're not going to know. Hi, Tinkerbell. Okay. But I know people say that they are concerned for her children in the household, whatever, there's issues, whatever. Now, this is just going off of the one live from this person that I saw. It does seem like something is going on in the background. You can 100% hear a lighter going on and on and on and on. You can, and the constant lies is another giveaway, right? Because addicts lie. It's what they do. It's like second nature to an addict. They lie. They lie to cover it up. They don't want people to know, obviously. I mean, that's something you're going to go out and proudly announce, hey, I'm an addict, you know what I mean? So they lie about it. And there are many different types of drugs out there that people could be on. So, no, it's not okay for somebody to say, listen, she's doing meth, she's doing this, she's doing that, because you don't know. However, it does seem like something is being used during these lives. And that's why so many people are like talking about it. Now, again, I'm not one to talk about this stuff, and those who have followed me know this. I could care less about what anybody else is doing. But I wanted to talk about this from the perspective of a child who could be in the home with being raised by somebody that has these types of substance abuse issues, whatever the substance is. Because I know what it's like to be that child, okay? So I wanted to look at it from their perspective. Yeah, Wild Wolf, she said she's high on life. That's funny. Okay. But it's so, like, I could only get through, I started at the 2-hour mark, and I could literally only get to 2 hours and 40 minutes because it was so bad. And it seemed to me that there'd be a point where you would reach that you would say, okay, I have to log out, especially seeing yourself, especially people calling it out and you seeing yourself the next day. Hey, Karen. You would think that it would click in somebody to go, okay, wait a minute. I clearly need help. There's clearly an issue here and I need to address it. But again, addicts don't think that way. Addicts' brains do not work that way. But the constant, like, I don't know. I just think people are going about this all the wrong way. And I think, I don't know. I think people are going about it, calling her out in all the wrong way. And I think that if the concern is really for her children, then maybe people should kind of look at it from that perspective. Because, listen, I was the mother of an addict. You couldn't tell me, I mean, you could sit there and tell me bad things about my mom all day long, and it wouldn't change the way I felt. She was my mother, and I loved her, and that's what it was. You know what I mean? So kids don't understand that. Like, kids just see their mother. They don't see an addict. They see a mother. That's their mother, and they love her. You know? But it does affect them in the long term. And that's the issue. That is the issue, right? Hi, Bananas. Tinkerbell, hello. And it's sad. It is sad. But listen, it was so bad that I couldn't even listen to it anymore. And I just felt really bad. Like, it was heartbreaking to watch this and to hear what was happening. And then to know that, the person comes on and lies about it the next day just reiterates the fact that there is a problem. And again, this is all just my opinion. This is all just my opinion based off of what I had seen and heard for myself in the video, right? Nothing else. So Perplexed had did this video. About recapping a Brittany J video or something. And 40 minutes in, and I had only heard BJ actually speak twice. Any other time she spoke, it was to say, hold on. You know what I mean? And you could hear things. She wasn't muting her mic, so you could hear things going on in the background. You could hear a lighter constantly flicking. Now she's told people she doesn't smoke. She doesn't do drugs. And apparently there's this stuff going on with this drug test that she has now lied about multiple times and whatever. Lied about the results, said whatever. Like, whatever. There's so many drugs out there you can do that don't show up on drug tests that it's crazy. Or, you could even get somebody to take the drug test for you. So it's not like it's a definitive thing. And again, no, she doesn't have to prove herself to anybody on the internet. She doesn't have to. But when she's constantly defending herself against something and saying, "Oh, I'm going to prove you all wrong," and then she doesn't, that is the concerning part, because that's the part where you have to say, "Well, wait a minute, you spend every day online defending yourself against these people, saying these people are lying about you, but then you say you're going to prove them all wrong, and then the proof never comes out. Like, you lie about it." Again, I don't care personally. She can do whatever she wants to do, and I'm not saying she is doing any of this. I'm just stating based off of what I've seen and heard from her videos myself. No, she doesn't have to prove anything to anyone. But she's not helping herself either. And she's not certainly. She wants to say, "Well, why is everybody talking about my kids? Why are people constantly mentioning my kids? Like, leave it alone, leave it alone, leave it alone." But I think a lot of people have concern for the kids. Is their concern coming from a place in their heart? Maybe not. Maybe it's coming from a place of, "I just don't like this chick, and I'm going to do whatever I can do and say whatever I can say to make her life worse." Who knows? But I think a lot of people do have, for whatever reason, their own concern for the children in the home. And take it from me, I had a mother who went and got me brand new kindergarten clothes for kindergarten, and then sold them all to buy drugs, and then lied to me about it and said she was robbed. So I'm just saying that I know what it's like to have a mother addicted. I know what it's like to have a mother who cared about everything else more than she cared about her own children. I know what it's like. So that's where my concern comes from. She spends all this time, all these hours, defending herself, because that's what she calls it, against these people for calling her out for all these things, and she's so hell-bent on defending herself and proving them wrong that I think her kids get lost in it all, because they're not being tended to, because she's so busy worried about trying to defend herself against people online. What's happening? Once you do a test, they watch you can't cheat to that. Oh, CPS. I didn't realize that's what, I didn't realize that that's what she was talking about when she was saying she took a drug test. But again, I've also never heard of a drug test that you take that takes weeks to come back, takes days to come back. I know I went and did a job interview one time, years back, and they did a drug test, and they said the results take up to 24 hours. But like when you go to, like, say, probation or something like that, it's instantaneous. The results are instant right there. But I've never heard of somebody taking a drug test and saying the results will be back in a week. Just never heard of that. Now again, I don't care what she does in her life. I don't care. The only reason I am making this video is to say, if she is in fact using anything, whatever it is, whatever the substance may be, then it's the kids that I feel sorry for, because I was one of those children. You know what I'm saying? So this is not coming from a place of, oh, judgment. This is coming from a place of, well, damn, I understand what the kids are thinking and going through if this is in fact the case. I'm talking about, hey, Outer Banks, I'm talking about the video Perplex did yesterday or the day before, I'm not really sure. I watched it today. And like I said, I could only get 40 minutes in before I had to shut it off. But it does, I did feel bad, you know. And it was hard. It was hard to listen. It was hard to watch. It was hard to listen to. I don't know. I don't understand. I mean, I do. I can't say I don't understand, because like I said, I had a mom, and listen, my mom was a drug addict my whole life. My whole life. I'm 36 years old. She started when, as far as I know, she started when I was like 4. And never kicked it. So I know what it's like. And to see Brittany on there, and to see her pass out mid-sentence, just doze off and fall asleep, is crazy. And I felt so bad that, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I don't know. Maybe some people don't feel bad. Maybe people don't understand where I'm coming from as far as the feeling bad goes. But like, it's heartbreaking to see that. I don't look at that, and that doesn't give me joy. That doesn't make me happy. That doesn't go, oh my gosh, this gives me something to attack somebody for. No. It is sad for me. It is sad to see people like that. Ew. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Anyway, the meaning of life is gloating over other people's mysteries. Hold on. Let's see. Karen, how is your situation? Any better? I mean, it is what it is. You know, I'm still breathing. I'm still alive, still hanging in there. So it is what it is. But yeah, I just wanted to say, again, this is not coming from a place of judgment. I just hope if it is true, she can seek help. If not for her kids. Because it's a life they don't want. It's a life she doesn't want for them, you know? And I don't know how else to say it, except to just be blunt about it. If you have an issue, you need to get help for your kids, if not for yourself. But again, if she is an addict, then this is going to do no good. Nothing anybody does is going to do any good. It's not going to change anything. And I think people need to understand that, because I hear a lot of people say, well, I'm trying to help her. I'm just trying to help. But it's like, you're not helping. And nobody can help her unless she wants to help herself. Hello. I'm all right. I hope you guys are good. I'm surviving. Hanging in there. No, and that's what it is. You know, you can't you don't listen to anybody. My mom lost all of her freaking kids. I'll never forget this. I'll never forget. It was a couple. First of all, my mom showed up at my 14th birthday with a bottle of sour apple de Kuiper. My mother, that was her birthday present to me. And then, like, which was crazy. My grandma flipped out. And my mom, of course, she showed up all high, all out of her mind, and gave me a bottle for my birthday. I was 14. Shut up. That's not funny. I do not. Anyways, in America, and then a couple days after my birthday, she actually showed up to me one day and was like, I need to take a drug test for this parole or probation or whatever it was. And no, it wasn't. It was for something. And she actually asked me to, like, pee for her. And I was like, are you crazy? But it was my mom. What are you going to do? Stop. Don't. I'll freak out. It could just be my hair, though. There better not be a freaking spider on me. Anyways. Don't freak me out like that, people. Anyways, I have, like, arachnophobia, so it's not funny. I'm just saying that I know what it's like, and I pray for her kids that that's not the case. And I pray that if it is, that she does something about it, like, as soon as possible. Because none of my mom's kids talk to her. None of them. She's not in my life. She's never met any of my children. All my other brothers and sisters, like, they disowned her when they were little. And so it is sad. It's a sad, lonely life. I mean, my mom now, like, she was always an addict. She went in and out of prison, in and out of rehab, did all these things. None of it ever helped. And now she's alone. And it's the life she chose, you know? So it is sad. It's a heartbreaking situation. Anyways, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, maybe she'll hear this and say, you know, maybe, even behind the scenes, like, just log off for a little while, you know, try to do some freaking yoga or some inward searching, or try to figure out something you can do to, like, help yourself, because it's just a heartbreaking situation altogether. I don't know. I feel bad about it. I really do. Like, I was watching it and I was like, this is just so sad. So freaking sad. It's crazy. So yeah, I've been through it. I lived with an addict. So Brittany, I'm not judging you. I'm just saying that if you do need some help, you got to do it for yourself. And nobody can help you. Nobody can help you. Not as far as that goes. You got to want to help yourself. And I hope and pray that you get the help that you need, if that's the case. If it's not, then there's something for real wrong and you need to see a doctor. So that's all. That's all I'm saying. We all have a purpose in this world. We all have a purpose. We all signed a soul contract. And we all have certain lessons we need to learn, experiences that we need to have, and things we need to do. We all have a purpose. And we get sidetracked and we get distracted, and the darkness tries to pull us in a different way. And it's our job to make sure that we can maintain on our path to where we need to go. Nobody can do that for us. He's so disrespectful to her. Craig is. Who's he? Who's so disrespectful to her? And I don't know that guy either. I've only ever heard, like I said, I'll see clips on like Twitter or X, whatever. I'll like see clips of like him in the background. Now I hear he's got a TikTok. I don't know. Never watched it. But I mean, listen, that guy seems like he's off his rocker too, you know, and that's just my opinion. My opinion, you know. I think he's, I don't know. I think he's a few tea bags short of a full pot, if you know what I'm saying. But that's something she's got to deal with too on her own. You know, that's not something that can be worked out online. And I can tell you all right now that everybody calling him out and like going after her for things he does and says isn't going to do her any favors either. It's probably just going to cause more problems at home, to be honest with y'all. I did see that clip of him with the gun. I did see that clip. And that was very concerning, because somebody that is drinking and waving around a gun with kids in the house is very concerning. Very concerning. And again, I don't like to judge her. I wasn't put here to judge other people. Not my place. And, you know, I don't think a lot of people look at it like that either. I think a lot of people are like, well, I'm not judging. I'm just calling things out where I see it. And that's good. You know, you need people to call things out. You do. It's a good thing. But is it going to change anything? Is it going to help the situation? Is it going to help make the situation better? I don't know. Or is it just going to make things worse? Is people attacking her online all the time going to make her stop using drugs if she is? Or would it increase her usage? You know what I'm saying? Because all people are different. And you can call out some people for their actions and they can say, wait a minute. You're right. Like, I do have a problem. And this is a concern now. Like, you're right. And they can seek to change things. However, there's other people where you can call them out on things and put things out online, and it's just going to drive them right deeper and deeper and deeper down the hole. And we know from what we have seen online that Brittany does not do well with people calling her out on things. She has the constant need to feel like she needs to go out there and defend herself against everything. So that's all I'm saying. But it is a hard situation to be in. And again, I can only think about it from the kids' perspective. And I know that I wouldn't want to have to go out. I mean, there was times that my mom took me to really bad places. Like, she took me to a crack house once. I was a little girl. She took me to this party once and then just took off and left me there. I was like 5 years old. Took me to this party and just disappeared. Anything could have happened to me. There was times where I walked into a room and my mom was laying there passed out from drug use. And I can tell you from that me going to try to wake her up to make sure that she was okay at like 6 years old, 7 years old, that sticks with me today. So if that's what her kids have to do by waking her up to make sure she's okay when she's passed out on stream, that's something that's going to affect them in their whole life. That's something that's going to affect them as people. And that's what I'm saying. They're not gonna not remember that. They're gonna remember, oh my God, my mom did this and I had to do that. My mom did this and I had to check to make sure if she was okay. Well, anyway. That's all I'm trying to say. And I hope that she can stop. I hope she hears this, and I hope she actually listens to it, because nobody cares that she's hurting herself, right? I mean, people care, you know what I mean? I don't take that the wrong way. But my position is, I could care less what she does with her own life. But I know what her kids are going to have to go through if she is in fact an addict, and if she does in fact have a drug problem. Because like I said, and you all have said it, that those kids have had to wake her up, check on her in the middle of the night. It's freaking 3 a.m, and the kids are waking her up because she passed out on stream to make sure she's okay. That's where you have a problem. And you want to know why people are constantly saying something? It's you make it so obvious and clear. So if in fact that is the case, I hope and pray, Brittany, that you can get the help you need for the sake of your children. Because trust me, you don't want them to grow up and be holding on to the shit that I held on to. You don't want them to grow up and have the memories of their mom that I have. Trust me. You have the power to change their lives. You don't want to change your own, change for them. Yeah, if you're not you know what? It is what it is. I've said what I needed to say about that. No, wait, Jamie. No, it won't. She did an apology live this morning and didn't apologize. The thing is, though, she brought Clue's daughter, SA, into light and laughed about it. Red Kim's guy made a website about it. She needs to get back to streaming during the day and sticking to true crime. No, I do not have a nose piercing. Yeah, Jamie, I'm with you. And this has been as honest as I could be about everything. I just did this to try to, because I know what it's like to have somebody like that as a parent. So trust me, it's not a place you want your kids to be in. And these are definitely not the memories you want your kids to have. So, that's just what I wanted to say about that. That's as honest as I could be about it. So I hope, whatever. I hope it helps. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But like I said, you can't help someone like that until they are ready to help themselves, until they have hit rock freaking bottom and they're ready to change. You can't do it. You can't do it. My mom's been to rehab how many freaking times? Tons. My mom's been to jail how many freaking times? Tons. Never did any good. Thanks, Jamie. I just want to help in any way that I can. And when I see something and that I know that I have perspective on, because it's something that I lived through, I feel like it's my place to share that information, whatever it is. So that's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to share it. I don't know. What do you guys, what else? What else? Is there anything else I wanted to say about this subject? I mean, honestly, this is a subject I could talk about all day because I have so much shit that happened to me as a kid, but it's just not, you know, I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, thank you guys for being here. I think I'm going to do another live later this afternoon because it's so much easier to just come on here and do a live than it is to upload with this whole situation. But I want to thank you guys for being here. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so. And again, those of you that are Britney supporters, I'm not attacking her. I'm really, truly not. You know, and if that's what you think, you're wrong. This is coming from a place of concern. This is coming from a place of been there, lived that life. My mother had those issues, and trust me, you don't want it for your kids. I was able to break the cycle. My mom followed her mom's cycle, followed her mom's cycle. I was the one who broke the cycle and said, I don't fucking think so. We are not living this life. So, for whatever reason, there's plenty of other things you can do out there to help relieve stress. But might I suggest, honestly, like, take a couple days break. The world's not going to end if you don't get online for a couple days. Take a couple days off, get your shit together, get some rest, do what you got to do, spend some time with your kids, and just take a freaking break. You know? That's the best advice I can give you. Jamie, honestly, I cannot even say because I have no clue. I don't have any idea about any of that. I don't watch her. I'm not a sub of hers. I do not watch her. Somebody had sent me this last night. One of my friends sent me this. And they're like, listen, you got to see this. I know you don't watch her, but this is so concerning. Please check it out. So I checked it out, and that's the video I'm making about. I have no idea what she did with her lawyer money. No clue. But, no, you know what? I'm not even going to say it. Because I don't know for a fact. So, no, I don't know. I'm sorry. All right. I'm going to end this one here. I'm going to come back on and do a live with you guys. Because there's lots I want to talk about, but I don't want to all put it in this video. You know what I mean? I kind of want to leave this to what it is. But if you have not subbed up, please consider subscribing to the channel. I love you guys. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe. Keep asking those hard questions. Keep spreading that light. And I will see you all next time. Thank you.